Everyone, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. All right, this is Jose Trujillo. I'm the world's greatest living artist. Now, you guys, you don't have to be the best painter to be the greatest artist, okay? So don't get caught up in that. Like, I've seen people paint better, so what? I'm still the greatest. So today this is something slightly different. This is one of my other type of awesomeness, another canvas. This is a 12 by 24 inches on stretch canvas. Let's do this. Let's do it now. As the governor would say, follow me if you want to leave. I don't know how to do a governor impression, but now I guess that will be my better one. So alright, so I'm gonna do a koi fish. Alright, something awesome like a koi fish. Now some of you are thinking that these are sped or those time-lapse videos because I paint because I'm awesome like that and I paint quick. People, I'm too good. I'm too awesome like that. These are not time-lapse videos. Okay? I just wanna make that clear. Also, I've received some intel, that some of you also think that I don't use reference, and are under the impression that somehow I come up with this kind of stuff. But people, I'm awesome like that too. No, I'm just joking. I do use reference here and there, but for the most part, it'll take a little sketch. It'll be like koi fish. How do we do a koi fish? Ah, okay. So I usually take a little sketch, but yeah, I do. I use references. I'm only human, you guys. But I'll do whatever my little heart desires. That's what I do. So why is this like that? I don't know. It's just because I'm cool like that, you guys. I'm awesome. Now I'm gonna come up with my trusted brush. My trusted brush. Okay. This is like a $1 brush at any hardware store, but I call it my trusted brush. Nevertheless, it's my one and only trusted brush. Check it out, you guys. Super awesome, huh? Look at the magic you can do with a. I think this is like a buck or a buck something. It's a 2 inches. I think it's a hog hair brush. I don't know. One day I picked it up and I was like, let me see that. Let me see this thing. And you know really why I was doing it? Because not because I was like that broke, because I wasn't, you guys. it was because I was hearing these people at an art store saying that, oh, the brushes matter so much. They were telling this poor other fellow, and I get it. They're trying to sell their product. I get it. It's all right. But they're like, brushes matter so much. I mean, the type of brush that you do, blah 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 blah. And to be honest with you, I do agree at some point, especially with certain type of brush certain type of artwork that you're trying to do. I'm sure, what I'm trying to say that I agree with before you're like, well, then why you use that, good looking brush then. The reason why I agree that brushes matter, it's the shape of the brush or the type of the brush, not the brand or how what would you say, the quality of the brush. Oh, this artist uses great quality of brushes. There ain't no great quality of brush right here. I'm using I think it's like a buck. I can't really name the exact because I don't remember. But nevertheless, it is an awesome brush with awesome hog hair. I think it's hog hair, something like that. I don't know. The reason why I did it was because, like, you know what? I'm gonna do a video with a brush, showing people to, I'm not trying to discredit brush makers out there because I know that you guys put a lot of good stuff, good vibes in your quality product. I'm not trying to discredit that at all. I'm not trying to say, see, you can paint with anything, but I'm saying, look, it's not the brush that makes the magic, okay? It's just you. It's whatever your deal is. It's not the brush. It's not the quality of the brush. It's really what I am trying to say in this few hundred words. But the reason why I like to do this is because, look, nothing is going to make it it's going to make it better other than your persistence and your people like to say your talent, but I dislike that word very much. And I don't mind when people tell me I'm talented, though. But I dislike the whole idea of and I know that people are trying to be nice and they're trying to say, oh, well, that person's very talented. But at some point, it can almost mean, I feel, it's almost discrediting the amount of persistence, push, and work that the person, whoever that talented person is, put into their craft, because it takes those of you who do anything, right? Anything, you don't have to be an artist to know that whatever you do, it's going to take, It's just that artists create stuff for other people to see, so that's what we call them talented, But if we see someone serving tables really well, we don't say it's talent. Usually, unless they do something like, I don't know, some viral stuff, But usually we'll say, oh, that person's talented, but the person is very talented if they have put enough effort in their endeavor. But, whatever, whatever. Si es la vida. So, check it out. Oh. And you know what? Sometimes it's not just one brush. I just wanted to, just because I don't want to sound like I started out this video with this brush, but I'm going to finish it with my better brushes. No. That's not what I'm about to do, you guys. I just say, it doesn't matter what you use, okay? So that's really what the whole thing is. And don't be afraid of trying something different, Sometimes you may not, most likely, you're not going to land it the first time. So you're probably not going to land it the first time, so it doesn't matter, I remember when I first tried palette knife, it was like, what? It was like this weird thing, super choppy. I hadn't gotten the hang of it, but the more I did it, and I didn't want to learn someone else's style because I didn't like other people's way of doing it. I'm always kind of crazy like that. If I take on something, it's almost like, I don't know, I don't think it's something good. I think it's something not so good, that I try to not figure it out myself, figure out my own thing, which is even worse because I'm like trying to reinvent the wheel. It would probably have been a better idea, logically, to just learn how to use a palette knife from a super awesome artist, some ninja artist out there, and then that would have been probably a better thing for maybe, I don't know. I can't say. What I can say is that I learned how to do it myself because I was eager yes, eager is the word, to do mi propia cosa, my own thing, right? So I am obsessed, not as much anymore as I was, but I'm very obsessed. I was very much, at least, in doing my own, creating my own voice, doing my own thing, and then one day I stopped chasing that mythical animal, that mythical beast, and things have been good for me since. I stopped chasing that that unicorn. I stopped chasing that, and all of a sudden things felt like, hey, you know what? Maybe I can do my own thing, but I don't have to. Maybe by not, like one of those cheesy, ahas, right? Maybe if I don't try um, to do my own style, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen one day. I'm just saying, one day it just felt like it wasn't there anymore. But it didn't happen from one day to another. Okay, like most people say, and then one day it clicked. Ah, come on, bullshit. Didn't happen in one day. You first had to like go through some serious pain, like oh, and then all of a sudden, after a few other moments of being tired of the thing, you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that anymore. It hurts too much. But anyways, it sounds cool when I say one day I was like, maybe by not trying, right? Maybe by not trying, I'm actually gonna, I don't know, make it happen. And voila. The moment I stop trying, or again, there I go again, the moment, that very moment. No. After a few other slips, especially some recent ones, I told myself, dude, this hurts too much. Stop doing it. Just be grateful that you can paint. And when I do that, it's almost like some magical thing. And I'm not. I know I sound like I'm playing around, because that's just kind of like the delivery, right? But I'm really not. I mean, this is really how it really has happened for me. It really has happened that way for me, where I just let go. And it didn't happen just one time. I have to constantly remind myself. So it's not a one time thing. It's like a shower, right? You don't shower, you'll stink the next day. So it's not like, oh man, then I finally discovered showers and then I never showered again. It doesn't happen that way. At least not for me. I don't know for other people. Every day I have to be like, oh dude, remember that one time? Oh yeah, okay. And then the next day it's like, dude, you don't have to remember that one time, but you can. What can you take away today? What did you learn today? What could you do better than yesterday? And on and on and on and on. I'm very much like that. I'm not wired that way. I've made myself to be wired that way, so I don't commit the same mistakes. Commit like other crimes. I don't make the same mistakes. I think in Spanish you could say commit. So yeah, pretty much like that. I must warn you, I used to be a pretty awesome, I still am, but I used to be a pretty awesome portrait painter. So this whole, wide brush feathering thing, se me da. Se me da means it comes to me. It's natural to me. Not natural because I was born with it, but natural because I've done it a lot. So this whole, ta 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 ta, this whole thing, whatever that thing is, it's very fun for me. I'm very grateful. I'm very fortunate to be able to find that thing that that makes me wake up in the morning and go, oh man. See, I don't go like other artists. I don't go like, I wonder what I could paint today. No, I'm like, I wonder how many paintings I'm gonna do today. I wonder how many. I wonder, Picasso is one of my favorite artists, and not necessarily because of his style of painting. I'm not a very big fan of Picasso. Just like Warhol. Warhol is one of my favorite artists. But now you're guessing why they're some of my favorite artists. It's not. It has very little to do with their artwork or style. I am a fan of both of those super awesome artists, Picasso, Warhol, and some other ones. I don't have it top of my mind right now, because I love to see machine artists. I consider myself a machine artist, and I hope people get to see what I'm talking about. I believe that until an artist gets deep somewhere, whether it's with painting plenty or painting a lot, either or, it doesn't matter. Either you paint plenty or you paint a lot. For example, one who paints plenty and a lot is Lucien Freud, right? The portrait artist. He paints a lot because he's a full-time painter, right? But he paints not just a lot of paintings, but he paints plenty because his sessions, are forever. Like, he'll sit with a painting for, as long as he feels that is adequate to finish it. That's how I believe an artist achieves. His thing is that. My thing is, let me do 10,000 paintings. His thing is, let me do one until I feel that it's right. Whatever, to each their own, right? I'm different. But that is one of the reasons why I love Picasso and Warhol. I love how not only did they create a lot for the sake of creating a lot, but they were always you can pinpoint them anywhere. You can encapsulate them, especially Picasso. Warhol maybe a little bit more. Who knows? I don't know. Some people may agree or disagree. I don't care. That's not the purpose of this. But Picasso, you can't put him anywhere. Picasso's all over the place. I love that cat. And his artwork, I could care less for. I like some of it. Some of it, I'm like, whatever. It's not the artwork. It's the artist. It's the artist that I care so much about. That when I see him, his work, when I saw, not when I see him, but yes, in a way, when I see his work, it's like, guy, Señor Picasso, I understand you. I get it. I get that quest. I get that whole give me a museum and I'll fill it. I get it. I feel the same way. Now, I don't feel like this just because I can paint fast. No, it's because I want to. Not because I can. Because I want to. Because it's a drive for me. It's a I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, it was like, I can sketch very fast, and it felt natural to me. It felt right. When I heard it first, and then I went and read about it, how Da Vinci was had this idea that he didn't need to finish his stuff because it was already finished to him in his mind somehow. I don't know how to explain it, but I understood that in my own mind. I understood what that cat was, what they were referring about that cat. I got it. I knew what that was because I had experienced that too. When I sketched something, I felt when something in my own spirit, or however you want to call it, I felt that feeling of it's done, not because it's necessarily pleasing to the eye. It's done because I said so. There's something that tells me this is done, and I have no idea and I don't know how to explain it, but it's right. Right? So anyways, I'll leave you with that. The name is Jose Trujillo. And I am the world's greatest living artist. I truly am. And I mean that. Just because, that's just the way things are. I can't. And I know, maybe some of you are like, dude, no, you're crazy. Maybe I am. But maybe that's why I am the world's greatest living artist. This is Jose Trujillo. And some of you petitioned for me to do something like this. So, bam. That's how I do a koi fish. You know why, guys? Because I want to. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, for being part of this. I love it. I love sharing my je ne sais quoi. I love sharing my stuff. It's super awesome. I think some people can be like, you know what? I like to do what that cat's doing and put my own spin on it. Dude, if you do that, or ma'am, if you do that, that's awesome. Great. Go for it. Do your thing. Keep growing. Don't stop. And be awesome. Till next time.